welcome to the CrafteeManatee. Today I'm going to be showing you how to crochet this aloe in my Switchable Succulent series. The Switchable Succulent series features 3 different succulents that can be inserted into this base so that you can always switch out which kind of succulent you have displayed. If you prefer to follow along to a written pattern, the Switchable Succulents are also available for purchase on Ravelry, Rippler, and Etsy. Before we get started, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more crochet patterns and tutorials, and share this video with a friend who you think might like learning how to crochet the aloe in the Switchable Succulent series. Here are the materials that you're going to need for today's tutorial. First, we're going to need about 25 grams of worsted weight yarn in bright green or whatever color you want your aloe to be. We are also going to be using a 4mm crochet hook or the letter G, and we will need scissors and a tapestry needle. The aloe is worked in 4 different parts. We're going to have 2 small leaves and 2 large leaves wrapped around each other for the finished aloe. But to get started, we are going to start on our first small leaf. So we're going to make a magic ring and single crochet 6 stitches into that ring. And now we can pull that yarn tail tight to close up the ring and make a slip stitch in the first stitch to help close it up. And now we are going to work 5 rounds of single crocheting in every stitch around. So go ahead and work 5 rounds of single crocheting, 6 in every round, and I will meet you back here at the end of those 5 rounds. Now that we have worked those 5 rounds, we are going to work an increase round. So we are going to increase in every stitch around, and that is going to bring our stitch count up to 12. So we are going to increase, and now we're going to repeat that 5 more times, and I will meet you back here at the end of the round. And now for the next 6 rounds, we are going to single crochet in every stitch around. So go ahead and work 6 rounds of single crocheting, 12 stitches in each round, and I will meet you back here once you are done with that. And now we can go ahead and fasten off our yarn, and we are going to leave a long yarn tail for sewing and pull that through. And this is one small aloe leaf complete. Go ahead and work 1 more aloe leaf exactly like this, and then we'll move on to our larger leaf. For our large aloe leaf, we are going to make a magic ring and make 6 single crochet stitches into that ring. And now we can pull that yarn tail tight and make a slip stitch into the first stitch here to close up that ring. And now we are going to work 5 rounds of single crocheting in every stitch around. So go ahead and single crochet 6 for 5 rounds, and I will meet you back here for our next step. And now that we have worked those 5 rounds, we are going to work an increase round. So we're going to increase in every stitch around, and that is going to bring our stitch count up to 12. So go ahead and increase. And now repeat that 5 more times, and I will meet you back here for our next round. And now we are going to work 6 rounds of single crocheting in every stitch around. So go ahead and work 6 rounds of single crocheting, 12 in each round, and I will meet you back here once we are done with that. For the next round, we are going to single crochet 1 and then increase. And we're going to repeat that 5 more times for a total of 18 stitches. So we're going to go ahead and single crochet 1 and then increase. And I'll repeat that 5 more times, and I will meet you back here for our next round. And now we are going to work 9 rounds of single crocheting in every stitch around. So go ahead and single crochet 9 rounds of 18 stitches, and I will meet you back here once you are done with all of those single crochet rounds. And now we can go ahead and fasten off our yarn, and we want to leave a long yarn tail for sewing. We'll just cut that off and pull through. And here is our large aloe leaf complete. So go ahead and work 1 more large aloe leaf the exact same. And I'll meet you back here to go over how to attach all 4 aloe leaves together. Now that we have all 4 leaves complete, it is time to start sewing them together. So I'm going to go ahead and set aside the 2 large leaves for now, and we'll focus on sewing together the inner leaves, which are the small leaves. To sew the 2 small leaves together, we are going to thread one of the yarn tails through our needle. And then we are going to fold each of these leaves in half. So we are going to just fold it like that. In half, we can leave this top piece not folded, but these bottom rows need to be folded in half. I'm going to do the same thing on the other leaf. And then we are going to fit them together. So we are going to insert one leaf into the other one. So just like this. So it's going to be offset, fit together, just like that. So now we are going to sew these leaves together, and we want to make sure that our needle is going through all 4 layers. So if you look, we have 1 layer here, 1 of the other leaf right there, and then in the middle we have this right leaf again, and then in the back we have the left leaf. So we want to make sure that we are getting all of those layers sewn together. So I'm going to insert my needle all the way through like this. And I'm going to just continue doing that. So back and forth, making sure that we get all of the layers together. And we just want to sew together the bottom here so that we can still kind of fan out these leaves like this. So just sew through the last few rows of our leaves until it's all secure, and you can use this other yarn tail as well if you want to make it even more secure. And I will meet you back here to add on our large leaves. And now that we have these 2 small leaves sewn together, we can go ahead and add on the large leaves. Just like with the small leaves, we are going to fold each of the large leaves in half. And then we are going to wrap these around these small leaves. So I'm going to go ahead and just set the small leaves inside one of the large leaves. And you want to off-center the leaves. So we have the small leaves going from left to right, and then we have the large leaves going front to back, or however you're holding it, but you just want to make sure that these are off-centered from the large leaves. So we're going to wrap the other large leaf around just like that. And this is how we are going to sew on our large leaves. Before we actually sew on the large leaves, you might want to test it in the pot. So this is the pot and dirt ball that we made in the first video, and this is what the switchable succulents are able to switch in and out of with this insert. So I'm going to just put my aloe in and see what the fit is looking like. So it does go in pretty easily, but I am noticing that it's a little large. So when I am sewing the large leaves on, I'm going to try to sew very tightly. That way it just makes this a better fit. You can adjust that according to how it's fitting in your dirt ball right now. You might need to scoot the large leaves down so that the base is a little bit smaller. It's all depending on how it fits, but with the measurements in the pattern, it should fit pretty well. You might just need to sew it a little bit tighter or a little bit looser, just depending on your tension. So just like with the small leaves, we are going to take our yarn tail and thread it through a needle, and we are going to sew these sides together. So for this first stitch, I am just sewing the large leaves just to secure them, but you do want to make sure that on a lot of your passes through that you are getting these small leaves in there as well, because we are wanting to attach it to the small leaves. So you can see with that pass through, I inserted the needle through both of the large leaves and the small leaves in here, and that is going to make it nice and secure. So you want to make sure that your base is rounded so that it fits into the dirt ball, and you're going to just continue sewing these leaves together until it is secure. And once you're finished sewing all of the leaves together, we can just go ahead and tuck in all of these yarn tails and we'll be done. And here is the finished aloe in the Switchable Succulent series. I hope you enjoyed today's video learning how to crochet your own aloe. If you did, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel, and make sure to check out all of the other Switchable Succulents. Thanks for watching. Bye.